shallow crust in the north, much thicker crust in the south. Why would a planet evolving in isolation display such a profound dichotomy? Of all the enigmatic features in the solar system, perhaps none provokes greater amazement than Valles Marineris. Neither the means of fluid drainage nor the vast outflow required are in evidence. Now we know that the Valles Marineris reaches to a greater depth than any outflow channel originally envisioned. And the tributaries imagined by some turned out to be cleanly cut alcoves and stubby depressions. They are not connected to feeder streams at all. One portion of the Valles Marineris system in particular underscores our point here. Planetary scientists acknowledge that Hebe's Canyon, much larger than our Grand Canyon, is an inseparable part of Valles Marineris. As scientists have now acknowledged, it was certainly not created by water. Torn, it was pains in surface grooves and gouges. Today, they suggested decades ago that a cosmic thunderbolt carved Valles Marineris. With the benefit of more recent data, electrical theorist Wallace Thornhill returned to this extraordinary possibility. Here is a scar left by an electric arc on a piece of wet wood. Electric discharge provides a direct and complete explanation for the Valles Marineris. Electric discharge to an insulator. Notice in particular the network of secondary streamers to the left. A perfect counterpart to the western edge of Valles Marineris. It was long held that this remarkable region on Mars, interpretation, the discharge took the... It seems an effect that shows On his website, Thornhill noted how the discharge effect spiraled upward to the east and downward to the west, an effect that shows up quite clearly on the elevation map given on his website. In fact, if we extend the view of the elevation map, we see an even larger effect. It seems that the spiraling trails to the east and west nearly completed 2 circles as they swung back toward the trench itself. But one difference between the northern and the southern extension stands out. The northern extension is entirely constituted of ravines and depressions, while the southern extension consists of ridges and mountainous terrain. For this unusual contrast, electrical experiments offer a startling explanation. It was George Christoph Lichtenberg who in the 18th century first showed that electric arcs create ravine networks on more negatively charged surfaces and elevated ridges on more positively charged surfaces. Hemispheric immense deposits ons. Keep in mind as well that an electric discharge at energies necessary to create the chasm of Valles Marineris would have ejected great volumes of rocky material into space.
And if it encountered an obstacle like a plateau, it goes around. The Colorado River, on the other hand, just goes right through. Experts offer that the river slowly cut its way in as the land rose around. Trouble is, the plateau, the Colorado is. And I don't know where you're from, but in my neck of the woods, water doesn't run uphill. And if it encountered an obstacle like a plateau, it goes around. The Colorado River, on the other hand, just goes right through. Simple progression of water erosion formed the Grand Canyon we see today. Now that much we can agree on. And since the 1930s and 40s, geologists have been searching for a more reasonable explanation. They've offered up several since. One proposes the river changed direction